Walkaround family, welcome back to another video. Today we have a 2025 Honda Civic LX sedan in crystal black pearl with a black interior. Now the LX is a very important trim level because the hatchback no longer comes in an LX model. If you want an LX, it's only going to be in a sedan. Also for 25, Honda have tweaked the front fascia so you can see an overall new bumper design. So new grille, new lower grille, kind of give you a mount design. No more of that fake fog light looking piece as well. You get like a bumper curtain there, and it looks like they almost give you a front lip as well. So the Civic doesn't need to be completely redesigned. It's a good seller for this generation, but Honda did want to tweak it a little bit. And the headlights, you see how it's kind of blacked out in there as well. I don't know if they made it darker for 25. I know the tail lights are darker, but the headlights, the housing look darker. So that could be something they've changed. Even though this is an LX, you still have full LED headlamps. So the outer lights are your LED low beam. The high beam will be in the middle, also LED. The turn signals is LED, and the daytime run lights is LED. So even though this is a base model, you will get that nice bright lights at night, just no fog lights. You do have the Honda emblem right up front. I believe you can block that out through accessories in your service department. You still get hubcaps on the LX. If you want alloys, you have to get a Sport and up, and these are 16s. The tires are a little bit narrow tires than the Sport and the Touring as well. These are 215, 55, 16 tires, but they're hand cooks as well. From the side profile, it's still the same as 24, so you do get that longer hood. You get the wider windshield, slimmer A-pillars. You get the new Honda wipers that has the nozzles on the wipers themselves. You do have the wider Honda sensing camera, and has been updated, especially from the previous Civic. Taking a look on the side mirrors as well. On the LX, body colored, and down below, it is flat black. Now on the LX, you do not get blind spot monitoring. What's new for 25 the Sport now gets blind spot monitoring. Previously, you had to get an EX or a Touring, but now you get a Sport Hybrid. Touring will give you a blind spot, but the LX still won't give you a blind spot. Around the windows, chrome up above, and then flat black down below. Pillars, flat black as well. And it's an overall, like I said, same design as the 24, but there are some minor tweaks that Honda changed to kind of make this guy a little bit different. Coming along to the rear, now the taillights, like I said, they are smoked, so they're going to be darker than your traditional taillights, and they are a combination, which means you get half LED and half traditional bulbs. So you can see the turn signals traditional bulbs, the reverse lights traditional bulbs, but the brake lights are LED. Shark fin style antenna on the roof. It is body colored. You do have a third brake light. It don't look like it's LED. It might be LED, but I don't think so. It is. Honda emblem in chrome, Civic in chrome. Looking down below, single exhaust, because the motor is still a 2-liter 4-cylinder, just like the Sport as well. If you're familiar with the newer Hondas, you should be familiar with this key. Now the LX will not give you remote start, so you have lock, unlock, hold to pop the trunk, panic, and there's a built-in key in the key fob, like emergency key. But yeah, no key fob and no smart entry. So if you put your hand in there, it won't unlock automatically for you. You have to go up to a Sport to get that feature. You also can't lock it, so you have to hit unlock on the key fob to unlock it. Hit unlock. We're gonna open this guy up. This one is black interior. Also, it will be a cloth interior as well. Remember, this is the base model, so you're buying this because you don't need all the bells and whistles. You need a nice A to B that will take you where you need to go and save you some money in your pocket. Come along to the door card here. This is hard touch, and then flat black here, and you have the cloth, so this is soft, and then you have the fabric as well too, so this is soft as well. All the up down for the front windows. The rear windows you have to hold down. Power lock, power mirrors. You do have your trunk release on the door, and you do have some storage here with a bottle holder in here as well. I always like that Honda uses this material for their door handles. On the driver's seat over here, it is manual, so you can either go up and down. This is to adjust the back, and then you do have the bar where you can move your seat forward and back. The passenger seat will be just a 4-way, so you can go forward and back through the whole seat, and the back of the seat can go forward and back. So let's jump in here. It's not as hot as it usually is, but it's still pretty warm. Push button start is still standard on the LX. You see it start up. Let's get the AC going. Now you do have your half digital, half cluster. That's standard on all of the Civics. The Touring will still get you the full digital, and now for 25, the Civic Si will get the full digital. I complained that the previous Si should have got that already, but you get that for 25. But when you're in the LX, you get the polyurethane steering wheel, so it's not leather. Same thing, it's hard plastic on the airbag cover. You do have some controls, so you do have home. You have your scroll wheel for the screen on the left side because it's half digital. You have your voice command, source, volume, next track, and previous. You do have some piano black around the steering wheel, so that's nice. Give you a nice little sporty touch there. On the right side of the steering wheel, you do have some of your Honda sensing and your cruise control settings. So cruise on and off, cancel, resume, set. This is how you adjust the distance for adaptive cruise control. This is how you turn on lane keeping assist. Now, on the left side of the steering wheel, you do have a dimmer switch, which is still standard. It's not like a setting on the screen. And then you have your traction control on and off button there as well. And down below is where you will pull to pop the hood, standard brake pedals, and the steering wheel is adjustable. So you pull this lever here, and you can go in and out or up and down. And it's actually fine where it's at, so you gotta mess with it. Let's put that guy back. Now behind the steering wheel, you do have off, auto, parking, and on for your headlights. And you do have auto headlight standard, which is nice. Also auto high beam. So a few goodies for the LX that didn't really need to be in this model, but Honda will still throw it in there for you. On your wipers, you have off, intermediate, low, and high. Usually intermediate is like a higher level type feature. You get that in your LX as well. Now let's take a look at the touchscreen display here. So if I hit the house right here, it'll bring up a menu here. You can see you have vehicle settings. Here you can kind of change things like TPMS and your safety features, meter, lighting, door setup, and all that good stuff. You do not have walkway auto lock on the LX. You have to get a Sport enough to get that guy. You can customize your display. So view certain things you don't want to view on here. Certain things you have no choice, have to stay on there. Warnings gonna let you know, do you have the hood open, you know, you're low on gas, tire pressure, something's going on with your Civic. Range and fuel is gonna give you how many miles you have to your tank and what you're averaging as well. Most popular option, most people leave it on. Speed and time is for your engine and average speed. Driver attention is gonna show you if you're awake enough to drive. If you fill up that bar, it will actually tell you to pull over and take a rest. That's actually pretty cool. Seatbelt, you can see who got their seatbelts on, who's being a bad noodle. Maintenance, you can see your oil life there. And safety support is how you turn on and off some of your safety features. Being as an LX, you have your road departure mitigation and your collision mitigation. That's pretty much your two options. No content will show nothing. So I'm going to leave it on, not speed and time, I'm going to leave it on range and fuel. And in the middle, you still have a digital speedometer. Even though you have your analog speedometer there, you have a digital one up there as well. And your odometer will gear you in, outside temperature, and your gas gauge. And a lot of people get confused. The little small squares is what level your gas is on. So as you drive, the little small squares get smaller. Don't pay attention to that red thing above E. A lot of people get that confused. Now come along to your touchscreen display here. Even though it's an LX, you still get a touchscreen display. You also get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto standard in the Civic, even on the plain Jane. So that's a good value there. You plug your phone in, you can have Google Maps, Apple Maps on the screen. If you want wireless, I believe you might have to still get to the Touring. I don't know if the Sport, I haven't seen a Sport hybrid yet, so I don't know if they gave wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto in that model, but I know the Touring will have that. But in this guy, you plug in, you're good to go. You have your volume knob, next track, previous, phone, FM, AM, USB, Bluetooth, and here's a shortcut to your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto when your phone is plugged in. You have a tuning knob, back, and a menu key. Really easy to use. Now below that, you do have a row of piano black where your air vent is, and this is the new design that started in the Civic. It goes across, which they feel good to the hand. They feel really premium. Like, it don't feel like a base model switches. It's actually really nice. Below that, you do have your climate control. It is a single zone. If you want to get dual zone, I'm assuming the Sport hybrid and the Touring will only have that. I'm not sure if the Sport they give you a dual zone, because in 24 you had a single zone in the Sport. You do have auto climate control. You can put exactly what temperature you want, fan speed on and off for the whole system, phase, feed only, defrost, feed, your different modes, and then your air circulation, front defrost, rear defrost. I think what's new for 25 is on the Sport, they give you heated side mirrors now as well, and you have AC on and off. Now here's something that is new on the LX is 2 USB-C ports. So previously, I believe that I don't think the LX had any USB-C. I think it was just USB-A. I think it was one USB-A and that was it on the 24. Now you get 2 USB-C ports. The one on the left is for Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and charging. The one on the right is only for charging, and you also have a power outlet as well. Storage down below. Your shift knob is the same material as the steering wheel. Got that polyurethane material. When you put the Civic in reverse, you do have your multi-angle backup camera. Now you do have a wide angle, and this is normal, and a top-down view as well. One downside to me on the current gen Civic is the quality of the backup camera. Could be better. I mean, it is what it is. It'll still work. You can see what's behind you, but it's just not that clear, high-definition backup cameras you would see in certain cars. Neutral drive, you have an S mode and L mode as well. S mode will give you more sportier, pretty better acceleration, higher RPMs, more spirited drive. Someone said that that's not a sport mode. Technically it's a sport mode. You have low, like I said, econ on and off. This will help maximize your gas mileage. Now, it makes your throttle response a lot less sensitive, and your air and your AC goes down just a little bit to help maximize gas mileage, but it will help out. Now, you do have your engine idle stop defeat button here, so if you ever come to a stop and you don't want the engine to turn off, like all the new cars do, you have a dedicated button here. If you turn off the car or turn it back on, it goes back to being on, so you have to turn it off every time. Electronic parking brake and brake hold, which is a nice feature. While you're in drive, you're holding the brakes, turn that guy on, your seatbelt will have to be on, and you can take your foot off the brake and it'll hold your brake while you're in drive. Really cool feature. Dropping off the kids, ATM, drive-through, all that good stuff. I love that they didn't use piano black on this material here. It's actually nice and textured, you can feel it, and standard size cup holders as well. The armrest is soft touch and single stitched white, and you do have your tray, and I don't think the LX usually come with a tray. I think that was like a sporting up thing. There's no connections at all, just storage, little tray at the bottom. Close this guy up, and your glove box is not lockable. But let's see, is it damp? It is damp, so it's open slowly. Just not lined with felt, but it is a bin style as well. And above your touchscreen display, you will have a traditional rear view mirror. Somebody have their high beams on, just flip it so they stop blinding you. You will have LED lighting throughout the cabin, which is a nice touch, especially on the LX. And on your visor, they do give you a mirror. No light, but at least they give you a mirror. One for the driver and one for the passenger. Yes, sir. So we're gonna jump out of here. Let's take a look at the back seat, see what your passengers in the rear are gonna see and feel. Let's jump out of here. Now, before I actually begin the back seat, I wanna show you guys the window sticker. So it is a 25 Civic. You can see LX, crystal black pearl, black interior. Now the base price is $24,250. You don't pay anything for the color. Destination handling is $10.95. You're looking at $25,345 for a base model in black. Remember, the color may change the price depending on what you choose. So let's take a look at the rear now. This is how wide the rear door is open. And on the door, of course, there's gonna be hard touch up here because it's hard touch up front. Kind of mimics the driver's door card as well. This part is not as soft as the driver's side though. But this where you rest your elbow is soft. You have a tweeter on the door. I like the door handle, window switch. You have a bottle holder and a speaker on the door as well. It's nice to even give you a tweeter in the LX model. So we're gonna jump in back here and sitting behind the driver. There is no map pocket, none behind the passenger, no air vents, no USB-Cs, no USB-As, no connections at all. So whoever sits back here is just gonna be chilling back here. You can see the cockpit up front, just a simple design. No armrests and no cup holders as well too. But you do have tethers for car seats, so you can just pull this piece back and the hooks is right behind there, which is nice. You do have one lighting up here, and that's pretty much it. This one does have a gray headliner as well, but that's pretty much it. The headrests are fixed. You can't adjust the headrests back here as well. So let's jump back out of here. Let's go in the trunk. Show you guys what kind of cargo space you're gonna have in your Civic. Oh, capless fuel filler. How can we forget? So no gas cap, it's capless. When you lock the Civic, it locks this door as well. You can see the smoke tail lights again. Just now I went to reach to open the trunk. There is no button to open the trunk back here on the LX. You get your backup camera there. So you do gotta either pop the trunk from the key fob or you push the button I showed you guys earlier. So that guy will pop open. And actually before, I'm gonna go over here going back and forth. Let me show you guys the license plate lighting as well too. I believe it should be LED, and it is LED. So this one does have a protection package. So cargo tray, wheel locks and splash guards is installed on the Civic, but this is how it will look with the traditional carpet. And then below you do have your tools and a spare tire. As well, the hybrids do not come with a spare tire, but the gas models will. So you do get carpet floor mats as well. You can split the seats down, but only the full seat. There's no splitting, no 60/40 or anything like that. But nice size. The Civic always had a decent sized trunk. It will fit all your goodies that you want to put back there. If you lock someone in the trunk, they can release themselves to get out as well. All right, so we made it to the 2025 Honda Civic sedan trim walk. All right, so the LX model, like I said in the video, most important model in my opinion because it's the most affordable Civic. So we're gonna start with 2-liter standard 4-cylinder, no hybrid, no turbo, just your regular NA 2-liter 4-cylinder motor. Now in my last video, someone actually mentioned that, I pinned it to on my sport video, that this engine is a different K20 than last year's K20. So I thought that was interesting. So 150 horsepower, 133 foot-pound of torque. You do lose horsepower, but what Honda said is torque, I guess, comes in at lower RPM, so the car feels a little bit more faster, and you lose most of that horsepower on the higher RPM, where most people won't be in that high RPM anyways. The LX pretty much set the standard with all the safety features and like all the the suspension and airbags, electronics, all that good stuff. So I'm not gonna go through the whole list right here. I'm just gonna pause the video, or go to HondaInformationCenter.com and you can see this yourself. But 4-wheel disc brakes, 16-inch steel wheels with the covers on there, 215, 55, 16 tires, and they're all seasoned. Just look at all the airbags you have. You have front airbags, you got knee airbags, you got side airbags, you got curtain airbags, like all types of airbags. So a very safe car if you want this for your daughter or your son or your family member, or you're buying it for yourself. Full LED headlamps, auto high beam, you know, like that's in the base model. Auto high beam, driver attention monitor, like the LX just give you all the goodies that you need. Automatic climate control, rear window defroster with timer, that's cool with timer, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, touchscreen. I mean, you get a lot. Push button start, you know, capless fuel filler. Let's jump in and build one because, like I said, a lot of these standards. So it used to be C standard, you know, 4-speaker system. All right, so we're gonna jump in and build one. Here's all the trim levels for 25. Like I said, LX is not available in hatchback, and EX is gone and Touring is gone. Now you have a Sport Hybrid, which is technically an EX, and you have a Sport Touring Hybrid, which is a Touring. But I haven't received any of the hybrids yet because those will come to later. Honda released the gas models now. Hybrids coming a little bit later. So we're gonna go ahead and build one. Let me show you guys kind of some specs on the motor. So like I said, 150 horsepower, 133 foot-pound of torque, CVT transmission, Eco Assist, 32 city, 41 highway, 36 combined. So still good on gas, and still decent amount of power as well. Like you gotta drive one, really feel it out. Like this is plenty of power to you on the highway past someone. You know, it's not underpowered at all. So look at the colors. So you can get an LX in Crystal Black Pearl, which only comes in cloth. I mean, yeah, they only come in cloth interior. I meant to say they only come in black interior with with the Crystal Black Pearl. With meteorite gray metallic, it comes with black interior as well. Gray headliner. We're gonna look at Rally Red, and this also only comes with black interior. So these 3 colors so far, there's no charge for them at all. Even the new Solar Silver metallic. This is a new silver. This is a lighter silver than Lunar Silver metallic. So new silver. This only comes in black interior as well. So far, all these colors you get black interior. Another new color, Blue Lagoon Pearl. So I actually have a Sport in this color, and this is a very nice blue. Like I really like. You guys see it in person. It's a really nice color. This picture don't do it justice. This also only come with black interior. Dang. So platinum white pearl is gonna be the only option to get a different interior color. Black interior. There's no light interior on the LX. So I hope you guys like black interior because that's all you can get on all these exterior colors. So platinum white pearl 455 more, and the blue lagoon pearl 455 more. What a nice color. Such a beautiful color. So I'm going to click black because that's kind of what we're rocking right now. And these options, so I did a walk around on the Sport and I saw that they had these optional wheels. These wheels are fire. Civic always have ugly optional wheels. I think the last cool optional wheels I liked was on the 8 gen, and it was the HFP, yeah, the HFP wheels. But these are fire. Like, look at these things. They look clean. It's about time Honda step it up and get some nice looking wheels. Like, if I was buying a new Civic, I'll probably add these wheels, to be honest. They're 1,600 plus, your dealership fees and whatever. Probably about $2,000. But, and they're 18s as well. Good way to spice up your LX. Just look at some of the packaging. You have all season protection package 1, and that's pretty much it. Because of the hubcaps, I don't think you can add wheel locks, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that's why they only give you one protection package. Hold that with a grain of salt. I'm not too sure. All right, electronics, engine block heater, easy. You can add all season floor mats, cargo hook, cargo net, the updated contour high wall floor mats. I've seen these in person. They're very premium, very nice. Door sill protection, first aid kit, illuminated sill trim, rear passenger window shades, trunk tray, and trunk tray dividers. So, a few goodies you can add on the interior, exterior, body side molding. I don't like this spoiler. Like, I like the SI spoiler, but this HPD spoiler, I don't know. It's too, I don't know. I just don't like it. Door edge film, door edge guard, handle film. I like the door visors. The rear bumper applique will come in handy over time. The blacked out emblems this looks pretty good. This looks clean. The Civic with the black emblem, it's pretty clean. Splash guard set. Now because you have the new front bumper, you have a different type of underbody spoiler, and this is pretty interesting. Let me see. Can I see it on the black? I can. Not my cup of tea. And you have the new rear underbody spoiler as well. So I noticed that there's no HBD kit. I wonder if Honda got rid of it. Maybe not enough people got it in the last generation. But this little rear spoiler is okay. The side skirt actually looks pretty clean too. I actually like how this looks. That looks nice. But if I was getting one of these, I'm getting the wheels. Adding the wheels, valve with stem caps. So that's all your exterior goodies as well. So let's look at the breakdown. So base price $24,250. No price. No charge for the premium color, no charge for black, and destination handling is $10.95. You're looking at $25,345. In today's world, for a $25,000 car, you get a lot of goodies in here. I know a lot of people will probably hate the hubcaps, but it's an LX. Like Honda, of course, didn't add a few goodies on here to keep the price low. I mean, it is what it is. But I feel like the LX is a very good trim level. Of course, if I buy a Civic, I'm getting a Sport Touring. I mean, I love tech, I love features. I need to have everything fully loaded. But for someone that want to save money, want something reliable, A to B, the K20 in there is a good motor. It's not turbocharged. It's not hybrid. It's very simple powertrain. This is definitely the way to go. Now, also, they don't mention on here anymore, but before they'll tell you about the Honda Service Pass. The 2 years and 24,000 miles, that's over. They don't have that anymore. I think it's 1 year, 15,000 miles or something like that. But they don't even show it on here anymore anyways. But I will end everything here. The LX in my region, like where I live, is very hard to get your hands on. Like I barely get LXs in. So comment below if you're looking for an LX, you can't find one, or maybe where you live, they're common, they're everywhere. I rarely get them. So it's a really, really rare case I see an LX, and a lot of people want this price range, but you're really gonna have to order one or jump on it, because I barely see these things. But you never know. Maybe you live somewhere else, they're available everywhere. So maybe if you live somewhere else, they're available everywhere. I don't know. I'm gonna end everything here. Thank you for watching. Drop a comment below. Let's talk about the LX Civic.